Hi, I'm wondering if you guys have the Nikon Z50 in stock with the 55 to 250 kit combo? Yeah.
What is up, guys? And if you're watching, my name is Peter and you are watching Broke Visionary Collective, and in this exciting unboxing video I will be unboxing my brand spanking new, if you can't see, Z or Z if you're Canadian. I decided to get the Nikon Z50 with your 16 to 50 kit lens. This retails for under, you're looking at 800 USD, 1200 Canadian. I also decided to pick up the FTZ mount. I'll talk about this in a little bit of why this is so special and why you should definitely consider it if you're getting a Nikon Z50. And little interesting with the retailer that I decided to go with is that they didn't have the dual box kit. So essentially I bought the Nikon Z50 and it's supposed to be coming with two lenses. So this is supposed to be one box, but what they did was they just offered me two boxes, two separate, the kit itself with the 16 to 50 with this guy separately, but it's for the same price. So these two guys retailed me for under $2,000 with the FTZ mount. And a little hack is you get all this as a bundle, right? You don't want to pay for any of these things separately. If you pay for this guy, this lens, this is the 50 to 250 separately, or if you pay, for example, the FTZ mount separately, you're paying $300. I only paid $70 for this because I got it with the Z50. Same with the kit lens itself, is that you don't want to be paying like $200-300 just for a kit lens. You'd rather just get it with the Z50 with the kit, so you're paying only like 100 something for the lens itself. But enough yapping, let's get straight into this unboxing video. So what we have here, the cool thing about Nikon, unlike Sony, is that they actually include a charger for you. This is the Nikon MH32 battery, which charges the Nikon Z50 battery. This is the kit lens that comes with it. So the kit lens itself is a pancake style lens. Little extender there. That's with the lens fully at 50 and 16, and it's one of those kit lenses where it's retractable, so it's a good and compact size travel lens. You're looking at a 46 millimeter thread. And I don't know what's up with like Nikon and these cheap kit lenses, but they always have the plastic, even for the 18 to 50 on the D50-200, it has this cheap plastic lens cap. Anyways, this is a 3.5 to 6.3 varying aperture kit lens. So, you know, not the most optimal in terms of varying apertures, but right now there are only two APS-C mirrorless lenses for this lineup, so might as well just get both of them. So that's what it looks like. Here is the Z strap. Not a fan of it. It's not the most aesthetically looking. For me, I think it's a little eyesore. It's a little too much. I actually prefer the older Nikon type of straps. So I might just put my old Nikon D50-200 on my Z50 as a strap, but who knows, right? That's what the strap looks like. What else we got in here? So the camera itself uses micro USB and micro HDMI if you want a monitor to use. So this is the charging, which is a cool feature if you actually went and upgraded from a Nikon D50-200 is now you can actually charge your camera without having to take out the battery. So it's via just normal USB to micro USB. And last but not least, you have what we have here is the camera itself. Let's do this together, guys. Oh yeah. Here is the new Nikon Z50 going at a CMOS X-Speed 6 processor. You are looking at a 20.9 APS-C mirrorless CMOS sensor X-Speed 6. As you can see, the form factor, pretty damn light. And the cool selling points about the D50, the Z50 is what the possible of the screen is that it's known, its selling point is that is known to be a vlogging camera. I'll put this to the test, and if you watch all the way till the end of this, I'll actually throw in a couple test shots with this guy. But it has a flip down screen, as you guys can see here, pretty interesting. It has the articulating screen like here, so you can be behind the camera. Doesn't articulate up, I think. No, it does not, but it articulates down like that. But it does not articulate to the side like your other Nikon D5500, 5600 camera. And that is the overall form factor of the Nikon Z50, as you can see here. So for mode dials, everything on here is touch. So it's touch capacity, touch sensitive. So I can actually tap this here and it's pretty responsive. I'm still getting used to it. Moving from a physical button, this is, you can turn off the monitor here, or you can go to external only. There is a proximity sensor, so if you cover and looking through the EVF, you guys look in that, can you guys? And shoots in 4K up to 30 frames per second. You're also looking at 120 frames per second in 24p, 60 frames, and of course 24 frames as well. And you don't have N-Log, but you do have a neutral picture profile. Autofocus you have, it brings over from the Z6 and the Z7 with, you're looking at phase. Finally, Nikon has good autofocus now with phase detection instead of contrast detection in terms of autofocus. You're looking at not as much focus points as obviously its big brother, the Z6, Z7, but I think, correct me if I'm wrong, you're looking at around 200 autofocus points. You're shooting at 11 frames per second with, you can get a lot of quick shots with this guy and you would be amazed. You have a function button right here and you have another adjustment dial on the bottom right here. And that is the overall thoughts of the actual Nikon when it comes to actually filming. You have your cold shoe mount. You do have flash right here. Probably not going to use that guy. And that is my overall initial unboxings of the Z50. And also jump into, I'm going to talk about the battery as well. One of the things I don't like is that the battery itself is actually on with the SD card right here. So if you have an SD card, which I'll get in a minute, it goes here. This is the Nikon EL25. Apparently it has a decent battery life, but I still have not been able to get 2 to 3 more packs of this, but I will in the future because this camera, there's not any third-party batteries yet, but I will have to get it. The only downside is that the camera itself, there aren't a lot of actually third-party cameras, so this battery itself actually costs $100. And my only gripe about it so far, why isn't it going in? There you go. Is that the SD card for my D50-200, the slot is right here, right? But for this guy, I have to pop open the battery to get the SD card. So that may get a little annoying, but I want to be able to record it, to just get my SD card there without having to take it out from the tripod and having to flick this guy open. So that's something I'm not too happy about, but you know, what can you do? If you're looking at the front-facing camera, what you also have is you have your lens adjustment, lens release button right here. And the cool thing about these guys is that now this is supposed to replace the D500 and the D5000 line and the D7000 line. What you also have here is your function 1 and function 2. It's currently set into your autofocus modes and your white balance. But what I like about having the Nikon camera is that everything is within the touch of one hand, right? So I can have my mode dials here. I can adjust my mode dials in the front as well, my shutter speed, my aperture. I can adjust anything. Everything is made ergonomically to be able to shoot with one hand. Video button here. You have your picture mode and your video mode there. So if you want to shoot videos and you have your completely different settings, so let's say you have 1/50, ISO, whatever, and then you go to your photos, you don't have those same settings. You probably have your shutter speed at 1/2000. So that's another neat feature. And then you also have your custom U1 and U2, so those are your custom settings as well. Your movie modes, but I'll probably be on manual and be switching between these two. And the Z50 actually remembers those presets that you have on your settings. So that is my unboxing. And next, what I'm gonna do is I'll be unboxing the FTZ mount right here. And the main reason why I got this guy was that I have a couple of legacy lenses, and if you don't know what the FTZ mount is, it essentially lets you use all your old DSLR lenses so you can use it on your mirrorless body, which was the biggest selling point of why I decided to actually use and upgrade to the Z50. As you can see, it's F mount here. Look familiar, guys, right? F to Z mount. Oh no, it's stuck once. Okay, that was a little scary, but that is your F to Z mount. So what I'm gonna do, see, that's how you know this is actually a real unboxing. So that's how it looks like. Right there. And now what you can do is, I have my little 35 here, 35 1.8. You guys are probably really familiar with this lens. So what I'm gonna do is now I'm gonna put that guy on my Nikon Z50. And as you can see now, I have my Nikon Z50 on my 35 1.8G, and I'll be able to start shooting 4K video with this lens, and I want to be able to see how that actually handles, but I'll make a future video on that in the future. But the last but not least, what I'm going to be doing is I'll be also unboxing the lens that I also got with it. And the only issue with that lens is that there are only 2 APS-C lenses for the lineup, and this is the second lens for the Z50, which is a zoom lens, the 50 to 250, which is equivalent to 70 to 300. So the Kit lens itself is a pancake style lens, but this lens is essentially a telescopic lens, very long barrel, and you know, it's like a standard zoom lens. It's the equivalent to 70 to 300. And this is a zoom lens, and I'm going to use this for landscapes as well as portraits for that bokeh-liciousness. Definitely going to make a future video on this and see how this looks in field as well. You guys already know. I'm going to put this onto my Z50 here. Gotta give it a little elbow grease there. So right now it's on lock mode, the cool thing about this guy, but I will be starting to put these lenses to the test. And that was my overall unboxing of my Nikon Z50. You're looking at it here first on broke Visionary Collective, and that, guys, is my new Nikon Z50, and a lot of future videos to come with this guy, and we'll see how this performs in terms of videos, but I already have an inkling suspicion that this is one of the contenders for 2021 when it comes to video, and you'll be surprised that this might be able to pack a punch, right? So I'm gonna include a little bit of test footage with this guy with the Kit Lens, and my name is Peter. You're watching Broke Visionary Collective, and that was my unboxing and first impressions of the actual lens and FTZ mount without having actually used it. I'll make a future video on this in the future, but you're watching Broke Visionary Collective, where we all start with nothing, but you can always create something. Make sure you check, if you want to get these cameras as well, or any of the equipment that I'm using, check the link in the description if you want to see the exact more details on the Nikon Z50 mirrorless 4K capability video. And my name is Peter. You're watching a Broke Visionary Collective, where we all start with nothing, but you can always create something. Cheers, guys.